Welcome to the show. Rob Dare breaks things. Oh, I mean, this old shed. I try to fix things that are broke and not break more things in the process. As you can see, we are gearing down for summer. This is our old pool pump that we got here, and everything's a bit of a mess. But what I'm going to bring to the foreground for you is this guy right here. It's a little bed, pretty little bed. It's part of a bunk bed that belonged to my aunt when she was a child, and then got passed down to her daughter, of course, when she was a child. And my aunt has so graciously let my daughter, Sophia, use it for her babies. Now, there is one caveat though, as you can tell, it came to us broken, which is fine. That's why I have a shed and power tools. So what I'm going to go through with you today is just how to quickly fix the joint. You can see right here that the dowel rod end, well, it's not really a dowel rod, it was actually milled down from this wood, but it's broken off. There's the other piece right there. Can't fit in there, so of course we got to fix it. So what you need for this project, some replacement dowel, which I got right here from the handy dandy Home Depot. You're going to need yourself some wood glue, a clamp, a soft hammer or mallet, a drill bit, drill. Now that's the tricky one. Now I need a battery. Hold that thought. Found it. Ugh. A battery for said drill, and of course saws to be able to cut things. Oh crap! Where'd my coping saw go? See, this is really what I need to clean up, man. It's supposed to go right here. These bugs, man. I guess we'll have to find that later. So the first thing we got to do is we got to drill this guy out. So you get your dowel, your drill gun. You make sure that the bit is the same or just a titch smaller than the dowel rod itself. So it's a nice wedge. 7/16 dowel rod. Yep, with a 3/8 bit. So that's just 1/16 larger or smaller than your dowel, which should ensure a snug fit. Now, since safety is always our #1 priority, it should be, we're going to go ahead and clamp this down before we drill. Now I'm going to take this to #1 setting so that it drills a bit slower, because we don't want to go through the bottom side of here. We want to have as much control of it as we can. And that'll be about it. That takes us down. This takes us down to there. Puts us about 3/4 of the way through the wood. So that is drilled out and just perfect. Next thing we're going to do, which will be a little tougher, is we're going to take this rod and we have to drill straight down and through. A vise would work out really well, but I don't have one of those either. And I just broke my tripod adjuster thingy. So a vise would work really well, because you could vise it and then drill this way. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and cut this dowel rod off. That way I'll have a flat surface to be able to drill into effectively. And that's what I wanted my coping saw for. But hacksaw blade should work fine, don't you think? Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna put a glove on. Same to the other side. Whew. That one went a little deeper. So funnily enough, that's all the drilling you got to do. Just these two holes here. These two holes are already good. And this hole here is already good. So the next project is cutting our dowel rod lengths to the proper size. And what we can use here is this guy to figure out how far in they need to go into the uprights. I'm about to lose half my light. So that's what we're gonna do. Now remember, because we drilled smaller than this, we're gonna wanna cut a little bit extra at first so that we can use our hammer to bang it into this one side and then measure and cut. Does that make sense? Doesn't really make sense to me, but makes sense in my head when I think it in my head, just not out loud. So we're gonna cut us 2 dowels, and I'm gonna make them about 4 inches a piece, which is way more than enough. And there's 2. Now keep your saw handy for when it comes time to cut the rest of it off. So now we're gonna take our 1 dowel, kind of edge it in there, and you take your soft hammer and you slowly start to beat it down until you hear it stop. Ooh. Then you realize you cracked the thing. Son of a gun. And we didn't put wood glue in. What good was any of that I just did? No good at all. Wood glue. Man, oh man. Do I have a 7/16 drill bit? Because I don't want to do this to the other side. I'd rather it be just a little rickety. Nope. I don't think I do. That's a crappy 3/8 bit. Nope. We're just going to ream that other side out a little bit real quick. Okay. So, disregard what I said earlier about, you know, the size a little bigger. I always thought that was the case, but maybe not with this wood. So we got our wood glue in there. Now we're gonna slam this in here. A little bit of wood glue came out into the funnel, but that's okay. And we got a little wood glue in here too, so that'll be good. Man, it is warm in here today. So with that being done, we're gonna go to the other side. Let this set up a little bit. Throw some wood glue into here. Mosquitoes are out big time too. Now hopefully this guy will slide in. Yeah, okay. Feel better about this side now. That's how it's supposed to be. That dowel rod's off too. Look at that. Ooh. Maybe that was the whole issue. I just didn't drill straight. Well, can't do much about it now, can we? I wonder if I shaved this. Do I have a knife out here? Please forgive the mess. I haven't really made it out here lately long enough to be able to do anything but grab some small things and then head on back out. I get to clean this place about once a year, and that just hasn't happened yet. So now I made that too small. I'll take this other side. Shave bits off of this side, not as much. It's like a little shavy. A little. We're going to the barber. Shaving. I'm like shaving, shaving, shaving. I'm like. This is working out pretty well, to be honest. Okay. So I just need to go up a little further into that shave. There we go. Now everything's fitting pretty well, and that's a lot straighter than it was. We're going to grab our little nubbin here, and we're just going to measure and cut. If it's a little bit shorter, that's one thing. We just don't want it longer. And we're going to shave this guy down too, because I really don't want to mess this thing up. My daughter's been begging for it, and we just haven't had the time. With the twins and all, it's been, it leaves less time. And I'm able to get out here today because we got some family over to help watch the kids for their before they have to go back to school. They're old enough, don't worry. My wife's sleeping because the babies are keeping her up all night. So I'm able to get out here and get this done real quick. Alright, let's do a little test fit. This is the top. Oh, look at that. Like a glove. Oh, man. Sweating my off in here. I wonder if we can't make that, turn that into the bottom runner, just to try and hide our little cracky there. Let's get this other one cut. All right. Now, can we get this bad boy out without breaking it? I believe. Yes, we can. Okay. So this guy's a little nubbied up, but I don't want to press my luck. Both of these are opened up. So what we're going to do, this was originally the top bar, but since I cracked it, we're going to make this the bottom bar, and then make this pretty guy the top bar. Drill this guy out a little bit more. I don't know if you can see all the mosquitoes flying around me. Good night. Okay, so that's a decent enough fit. With clamps we can get it tighter, so that'll work. And then we'll chuck this guy in the bottom here. Oh, I forgot to shave this side down. Now will you fit? Yep, perfect. All right, wood glue time. Get a little wood glue in this hole here, a little bit in this hole here. Slap that in there. Give her a little twisty twoo. And I'm gonna slap that guy in there. He might need a little more. Nah, he's all right. Now, I'm gonna pop this guy off with the screws so we don't have to worry about breaking the rest of this thing. I know. You wanted me to break it. I'm doing this behind the camera because that's the best way to experience visual bunk bed repair video, is by not watching what I'm doing. So, all I did was I pulled the other leg off of the bunk bed itself so we can just use the clamp and be done with it. Next thing we have to do is orient this. Pretty cute little boy and a little girl. Looks like he's in a nightcap and, oh, maybe that's little Bo Peep. You see a little shepherd's crook there? I don't know. So we'll slide this in here next before we put the other piece on. And then, whoop. Ah! Oh. I didn't break it. It's wood glue. Wood glue's it takes time. Ugh. And it'd be better if I had like a level surface, but you know, I be who I be, I do what I do. Anyway, all right, so we take our other leg, throw some wood glue into that. A little bit more into that one. We're gonna take this guy, pop that there, pop this one up here. And then this is what I wanted the mallet for. Because you see there's a little bit of a gap. Not a lot, but if you need to, slowly, methodically, tap it together without breaking it. Right, Rob? Right. Cool, okay. So we got a little bit of wood glue on the back here, that's nothing. You just take that, seam it up, and then we can come back later with warm cloth, wipe it off. So the last thing we're doing for now is putting pressure on it. Get the clamps. You just want it to be able to stay in as much of a square form as it can, so it doesn't really wobble too much, but you don't want too much pressure on it that it rocks it, which it's kind of doing right there. It's rocking this way, so I wonder if we shouldn't try and clamp from the other side. Success. We'll try and rock it this way. Now you can use 2 clamps. There we go. Yeah, it's looking good now. It's not rocking too terribly. Because you got to remember, this could be either the bottom or the top bunk. It's interchangeable. If this was rocked a little too far out of plumb, then it might not fit properly onto the other one. Well now, as the wood glue bottle says, you gotta wait 30 minutes. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes.
There's no Google here, Rob.
Now, while this is drying, we can at least, there's that screwdriver I was looking for, screw it back onto itself to help keep the square square. That makes any sense. Un momento while I fix you. So we're just gonna be real ginger with this. I do want to use the same screws just to keep that patina, that look. I had actually thought about sanding and refinishing it, but I think it wouldn't do this piece justice, really. And we're gonna snug them up just enough that they stay. So that's it. While we're at it, we'll just tighten up this other side. It is a bit loose. That'll do her. So in this episode of This Old Shed, what did we learn? Well, first, we learned that you need to drill a hole the same size as the dowel rod, not a little bit smaller, which I always thought you did. What did we learn second? Don't buy cheap tripods, because they'll break on you. Did you learn anything else? Clean up your shop, get some kind of bug repellent and a fan in here, and in 30 minutes, you'll have yourself a beautiful new bunk bed. Thanks for joining. Like this video if you liked it, comment down below what I should have done differently, and subscribe if you want more videos just like this. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.